I know what y'all are saying, like, oh, Torian, not another video about Tiny Terry. Yes, it's another one, but on the flip side of it is not a reaction style video, so you don't have to hear his voice. So thank God for that. But I just wanted to do this video because I thought it was kind of funny. Well, seeing as little Tiny Terry is the butt of every joke, it's always going to be hilarious to me. But I thought this was very highly comical on the simple fact that he feels like he's betting 1,000 with this post right here. He said on Twitter, "I need a real comedy show on TV. It would be hilarious, especially if the network would give me the freedom to do what I wanted. First off, no, you don't need a television show, because who in their right mind would watch it? Even those who claim to find you extremely hilarious on Twitter wouldn't even watch this." Then he said it would be hilarious. That one line right there is laughable in itself. The hilarious part is him saying that it would be hilarious, knowing damn well that it wouldn't. And then he said that the network, especially if the network gave him freedom to do what he wanted. That's not going to happen. And why would they do that? They don't know who you are. See, the thing is about Tiny Terry is that he gets hyped up by his echo chamber on Twitter, that he thinks that he's better than what he actually is, and he's actually not. If he was to go on TV, he would be embarrassed. Like, his show would probably only last one episode, not even an entire season, just one episode. And what would he get on there and talk about? What would his comedy show even be about? Him dressing up like black women? Him kissing Trump's ass? Like, what would it be? Because what he's doing on Twitter would not translate well over to television. And I don't know if anybody has told him that, but someone needs to pull his little ass to the side and like, look, you are not going to make it in this realm. I don't know what you got to do, but this ain't it. But I said, you know what, let me go ahead and go even further into this. So I started to go through the comments, and man, let me tell you, a reality check definitely kicked in, because I came across a lot of people who agree with me in saying how laughable his aspirations to want to be on television actually are. This person right here said, well, first you'd have to actually be funny. Just a few simple words, and there's so much truth in just that one small statement. I make sure to give it a like as well. As you can see, that heart is highlighted in pink. This person right here, who y'all heard me mention before in the previous video I did on about a little Tiny Terry named Sync the Logic, he said, you don't need a comedy show, you need a reality check. Not everyone with a loud, fake laughs, a wig, a loudmouth, and internet access is built for a stage. I hate crushing dreams, but chasing one built on delusion sets you up for failure. Get honest feedback from someone other than your MAGA echo chamber, because they'll cheer you into embarrassment. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you was to do a comedy show that was seen by millions of people across the nation, then you already have to know that not everybody who will be tuned in is going to be on that same MAGA train as he is. But see, the thing is, he's so used to that echo chamber that he feels that he can go on a big national stage or a big national network and actually be successful. That's not how any of this works. Hell, he can't even sell his pancakes properly. What makes him think he can go and do comedy? And why would you have to go and do comedy? I thought your pancakes were selling. Yeah, okay. This person simply said, you corny. Corny for him is an understatement, but we'll stick with your corny for now. This person right here said, Terrence, face facts. You are not a comedian. You have absolutely zero talent, amateurish, no originality. You actually stole others' routines. If you were a real stand-up, you could be on the club circuit or audition for America's Got Talent. Unfortunately, you have no talent. Exactly. Notice a lot of the people that he does these so-called stand-up shows with are typically these conservative type of quote-unquote comedians. And if that's all you got, then that's not going to work, because again, they only go and gear to a particular type of crowd, and most of them are not funny. When I be hearing about some of them were comedians and stuff, I said, well, let me rephrase that. When I heard that some of them were comedians and then I see their platforms, I'm like, at what point am I supposed to laugh? Like, someone please wake me up when the laughter is supposed to kick in. This one says, no one is going to give a show to a hack like you who can't even fill a small auditorium. I want y'all to put a pin in what Jay Grimm Jr. just said, because I have an image to show y'all, but I want to go through these tweets first. Trust me, it's going to be absolutely hilarious. This person right here said, for you, you're not funny. Sorry, but you're not. Your entire gimmick is making weird faces while a video plays, sometimes in drag. And that is so true. If y'all never paid attention to his videos, a lot of the times he'll play a video and he makes these weird faces, or like what I displayed in the one where he was mocking Michelle Obama, and he's either doing the drag thing or he's making these weird faces. Like, that's not comedy. And those who are laughing or so-called finding it funny are laughing at him, not with him. But hey, as long as PC's laughing at him or chuckling his way, he'll take whatever he can get. This person right here said people would need to know who you are, and that's the thing, nobody knows who he is. And like I said, just keep a pin in that last post that I said, because I have a couple of pictures I'm going to show y'all to prove just that. And look, of course, you know I had to insert myself into this. I made sure to say this. I said you need to get a job, a real job. Simply put, simple as that. You know what? I wonder if little Tiny Terry has ever seen the stuff that I've said about him, whether on Twitter or on here. On here, I'm not so sure, because he's always, and I do mean he's always on Twitter. This person says, keep dreaming, clown, stick to flapjacks. Listen, that's a failed pipe dream as well. But hey, I guess it is what it is. This person said, I don't say this because I don't like MAGA or anything like that. Terrence Williams is painfully not funny. There was some type of SNL type of MAGA show that a bunch of MAGA influencers put on like 5 or so years ago, and honestly, he was the least funny person there. He was just there. Like, no one thinks this dude is funny. And the people who are the comments that I'm reading right now are the honest people. The ones who be sitting up there cackling saying, oh, Terrence, you're so funny, or put in 100 laughing, crying emojis up there, those are the ones that are lying to him with some bot accounts. Those people are not realistic, and they're just not real, period. Now, remember when I told you to put a pin in a particular post? Well, I want you to check this out right here. Mind you, I'm recording this on May 2nd, 2025. There is apparently this comedy show that this person, I don't know who it is, named Adam Carolla, is hosting. I guess he's the headliner. And Terrence K. Williams, his name is kind of cut off, but that is him. That he's also going to be along with him. And apparently this is supposed to be happening in Florida on May 4th, 2025. Now, everyone has ordered tickets before, and y'all know how seating arrangements goes, and they're color coded. Whenever something is grayed out, this is for the people who probably never done this before, those in the back. Whenever there's a seat that's grayed out, that means that was a seat that was purchased. If there's any seat that's in color, that means that ticket has not, or that seat has not been purchased. And usually the color is based on proximity to the stage, from the distance from the stage to the distance closest to the stage. And of course, you know, the colors change. And if you look at this, you can see those with the gold or the yellow colored circles, those seats are the more higher ones. The blue bar, that's the stage. Then they move back, it's like a lavender color, a purple, then it's a green, then it's a pink, and then an orange. And of course the orange one is the more cheaper seats. Now this, remember, the post said he couldn't even have fill a small auditorium. This is a small auditorium. Look at the grayed out to not grayed out ratio of these sales. Mind you, from the day I'm recording this video, it's in 2 days. This comedy show is in 2 days, and they haven't even half filled this. They could easily move people down to the lower levels and then still have enough room in the back to fill other people in there. They're not going to reach that. And by the way, this is a current screenshot. This screenshot was retrieved off of the Eventbrite website where the tickets can be purchased for this event. It's not going to get any better than this. And I promise you, this is how it looks a lot of the times for any venue that he goes to. Now, mind you, again, he's not even the headliner. So the reason why it's probably even having that many people that sold, even though that's still not enough, is because of the person that's the headliner. If this was just Terrence K. Williams, or if he was the headliner and people were opening up for him, it would probably be even worse. So there you have it. That just shows you right there why people, or how people do not want to see this dude and they don't think that he's funny. But let him tell it, he's the best comedian since Richard Pryor. But that's not all, because I got some other stuff I got to show you. So here's a screenshot. It's a review from a couple that went to one of Terrence K. Williams' shows. I'm not exactly sure when it happened, but this was a review that they left, and apparently it was for military veterans. It says United States Coast Guard. The review says, "Thank you, Vedics. It was one of my worst experiences ever. It is a racist and homophobic show that many people walked out during his performance, including me. A military member should never chant F the president despite political views. This should be a rally, not on a university campus." And let me just say, just based on the review this person left where they say F the president, that tells me that this was not during Trump. This definitely happened under the Biden administration, because we all know how this dude tap dances for Trump every chance he gets, which tells me this was not a recent show either, because of course Trump just got reelected and got reinstalled back in January. So this definitely happened during the Biden administration. But there's another screenshot, there's another review that I want to go over and show you right now. So you have this one right here that says, and this is probably the same event. It says, "First off, I want to thank you for the tickets. Now, as for the show, it was a Trump rally masquerading as a comedy show. Very disappointed. If it's known beforehand, I would have stayed home." Now, as you can see, it was posted by someone named Joyous, of what they go by, but look at what it says. Event attended, and I made sure to circle it. Terrence K. Williams with Steve McGrew. So that means, again, what did I just say? Terrence, his name is first, which means he was probably the headliner. Event location, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Event date, August 27, 2022. What did I say? This happened under the Biden administration, just based off of the first review. And it says tickets donated by the fund group, and it says Love It LLC. So they said it played off like a Trump rally, disguising itself as a comedy show. So that tells you right there the type of material that he would come with if he ever did a comedy show. And so you already know that with Trump back in office, that's all he's going to talk about, because that's all he can talk about. And even with that, it's not funny. Now, I've seen people make political jokes before, actual real comedians, but they're funny, and they don't focus their entire set on just politics. That's what he would do. Or maybe he's going to get up there and do a Jasmine Crockett impersonation. God knows he does. He has endless amount of those on Twitter. Or maybe his most recent one with Michelle Obama. That's all he does. Everything that you've seen him do on Twitter is what he would do in his stand-up, and it's not going to hit the same. It's not going to translate well. The people whose reviews I just read, those are honest reviews. Those are not people that's going to kiss his ass and tell him that he's funny when he's clearly not. Terrence K. Williams, the people that are telling you that you are funny are blatantly and habitually lying to you. I don't know how plainly put I have to make it. All the comments that I put on here, plus these reviews, those are honest. That's what it really is. You do not have a future in comedy. Hang it up. It's over. It's done with. Shoot, your pancakes ain't even moving either. So I really need you to find something better to do with your time. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.